What's up, guys? It's your boy Darkskin, and today we're going to be doing tips and tricks for Xiao. Now, this is a lot of the different things that I've come to notice and just interesting different things while playing Xiao over the past couple of days or however long. Now, I know a lot of you guys saw the thumbnail or whatever, and y'all want to know how to get Xiao's mask on forever. So, I'm going to be showing you guys that first. Now, what you want to do is you want to talk to an NPC and ult at the same time. I just usually go to Catherine, and then if you press F and Q at the same time, if you're on PC, if you're on PlayStation or PlayStation, I don't really know what you press, but if you press it at the same time, whenever you leave, you will have the mask on forever. Now, you keep the mask on even if you teleport. So we're actually going to teleport, and as you guys can see, I still have the mask on. Switch characters, use an ability, I still have mask on. The only way the mask goes off is if you log out or if you use your ult. Once you use your ult, whenever you go out of your ult, you won't have the mask on anymore. Now, obviously, you can just put the mask back on by talking to an NPC while ulting, at the same time. Now we're going to be talking about Xiao's E. Now, before we get into it, as you can see, I still have the mask on. Xiao's E is a really versatile skill because you can actually animation cancel anything that he does with the E. Whether you auto dash, auto dash, auto charge attack dash, he can cancel everything with his dash, which is a really nice thing. Also, what his dash does, if you guys don't know, whenever you use your dash in the air, which he's the only unit in the game that can use his E ability in the air, you will get a lot of forward acceleration on top of you not using your wings, so you will actually get stamina back. Now, a lot of people earlier on had problems or trouble going to this island over here, but Xiao will do it with ease. And the reason why he'll do it with ease is because once his stamina goes down, you'll use his E and it'll allow his stamina to go back up. So as you can see right here, my stamina is still going down, right? Then I E. You'll get forward progression, drop a little bit, and as you can see, I've gained stamina. So this allows him to basically travel a lot farther with his wings than any other character. And then also as you're gliding, you get your E ability back up. And so you can basically go back and forth, which will allow him to have a lot more stamina than most characters would otherwise. Now, if you guys remember my Zhongli tips and tricks, I had a pretty cool combo where you would do the full combo into a pillar drop and it would knock the enemies in the air for fall damage. Now, with Xiao, his charge attack is actually an uppercut. So you can do a pretty cool combo with it. Like that. Now, if you knock them up, your E should hit them on the ground. But if you want to be fancy, you can always just jump cancel into the combo just like that. Now, another thing I want to talk about is how to get Xiao to guaranteed plunge even though you're not high enough off the ground. If you guys don't know, to plunge, you have to be a little bit higher than your normal jump length, right? So as you can see, I can't plunge. But if you dash in the air, Xiao gains the ability to plunge, no matter what the distance is. Now, I gotta give you guys the stun tech on the Ruin Guards. I've done this for every one of my tips and tricks, and today's not gonna be any different. So, if you guys don't know, Xiao can actually stun the Ruin Guard by dashing into the eye. Now, a lot of people talk about how Venti and Xiao don't work well together because Venti's ult sometimes takes the enemies too high for Xiao's plunge attack. Well, one thing that you can do is actually jump and then dash. We're going to come over here, and we're going to pop Venti ult. And by popping Venti ult, then we're going to switch to Xiao and use his E ability to get damage off. Now, I killed them with the first dash. That's why I kept dashing forward. Just in case you guys didn't know, Xiao's E will auto-lock onto enemies. So if the enemy is not dead, you can spam your E as much as you want, as I show you here. No matter what direction they are, he will dash in that direction as long as they're alive. The only way he will dash straight is if the enemy is already dead. And at that point, it doesn't really matter. We're pretty much done talking about his E ability. Now we're going to be talking about his ultimate ability. So unfortunately, the mask is going to disappear after I lose my ult. But we gained some cool things instead for that exchange. If you guys didn't know, Xiao can swirl while in his ult. So if you guys are ever versing multiple mages, use their elements against them. What you want to do, especially in the noble set domain, which I'm going to show you guys, is you want to go to this left corner. It will bring all of them over here, right? And in doing so, you can use their elements against them. When you pop their ult, you'll be able to break their shields a lot easier because their elements are swirling. As you can see, the mages on the left and right are already almost dead, and the mage in the middle died soon after. You see how fast I did that? Using the elements against them will allow the fire one to break the ice one. The ice one will be able to break the water one, and the water one will break the fire one, resulting in you clearing this pretty fast. Now that we've talked about the noble set domain and how you can use the mage's elements against them, I want to give you guys a little tip as far as fighting ruin hunters, especially with the geo domain. Now, if you guys didn't know, Xiao is actually really good for this domain, but he's really bad when it comes to the ruin hunters. And the reason why is, if you guys didn't know, jumping against the ruin hunter will result in the ruin hunter immediately starting to fly. Let me show you. So as you can see, I pop ult. He's not flying, but if I jump, he will immediately go into the air. Now, if you guys look at the low plunge and high plunge percentages, you will see that there is a difference in damage. Now, Xiao fortunately has the capability of using a high plunge every time he ults. The thing about this is, it's not as practical because it's not as fast as a low plunge. Granted, the low plunge does a little less damage. But if what you guys didn't know is there's actually a sweet spot that you're able to jump, and it's around the mid range where you can get high plunge damage, but you are still in low plunge range. As I ult right here, this is high plunge. This is the sweet spot right here, so, right? Now, obviously, there's the low plunge, which I can't do right now because he jumped so high, but you don't want to jump this high. You generally want to hit the sweet spot for it, and it's going to be a little tricky. It's more of a skill cap type of thing. You are going to have to practice it quite a bit. I've been practicing it a little bit, trying to get it down, and it doesn't really work. But yeah, if you guys do hit the sweet spot in the mid-range where you get the high plunge damage with the low plunge, you are going to net more damage than doing the high plunges or the low plunges. So practice that if you guys want to. Alright, so last but not least, we are actually going to be showing if Xiao's ult can actually kill him. Now, I want y'all to know, this has taken me a very, very, very long time to do. And the reason why is because I can't use Zhongli's shield or Xiao is going to heal. Number one, right? I also have to keep leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back and leaving to get Xiao's ult. As you can see, I'm running away from the Ruin Guard right now, and then I'm leaving. And the reason why I've done that is because if you look at Xiao's ult and how it works, his ult takes 2% of your current HP. Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that once he gets under 100 HP, it goes less and less and less. Instead of it being 2% being 2, it now becomes like 1.78. And then once it goes lower and lower and lower, then it gets under the 1.0 period, and it's just behind the decimal numbers. And so every single time I've had to ult, it only takes down 1 HP. I'll show you guys right now. So, as you can see, it's taken me a long time to do this. But we are all the way down to 1 health point, and we're going to ult with Xiao just to see if it actually kills him. As you can see right there, Xiao's ult cannot kill him. So, as long as he takes no outside damage, he will never die, regardless of how much HP he has. So, if you ult with Xiao, and you're shielded by Zhongli, you could have 1 health point you will never die. So that's going to be everything as far as my Xiao tips and tricks. If you guys have any tips and tricks I didn't talk about in this video, feel free to put them in the comment section below. I hope you guys learned something in this video because, like I said, it took me a really long time to record all of this, especially with the ult and not dying. So I'd appreciate it if you guys, share the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new and all of that jazz. But anyways, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.